Hello folks, it's Mr. Bud here. Well, this is a bit different, isn't it? But we'll give it a whirl and see what happens. The plan for today is that we're going to be learning some new keywords. We're also going to be starting a project today as well. Before we do that, we're going to do a quick starter activity. For this to work, you're going to need a pen and a piece of paper with you as well. So what I'd like you to do for our starter activity is I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I would like you to list as many of the musical elements as you can. Here's a clue. One of them to start you off is tempo. You've got 30 seconds. Your 30 seconds start in 3, 2, 1, go. Right then, let's see how many you got. Here we go. There we are folks, hopefully you managed to get all 8 of them, which you can see on the screen at the moment. However, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be focusing in particular on one of them, dynamics. To do this, we're going to be learning some new key terms. Let's have a look at them. We're going to be learning about dynamics today. The first dynamic that we're going to be learning looks like this. Ooh, my pen's not working. Looks like this. Forte, or if we say it in an Italian accent, forte. That has an abbreviation. It's sometimes written as a letter F as well. Forte means loud. We're also going to learn a second one as well. The second one looks like this. It looks like it should say the word piano, but we're going to say it in an Italian accent, which is piano. So we've got two. One, which is forte, or forte for loud, and secondly, piano for quiet. Forte for loud, piano for quiet. We're going to add in an extra one. The extra one is going to be this one. Fortissimo or fortissimo. If forte is loud, piano is quiet, what do you reckon fortissimo is going to be? It's going to be extra loud, isn't it? So we've got forte is loud, fortissimo even louder. Let's put in another one. So this time it's going to be this one. Pianissimo, if we say it in an Italian accent, or pianissimo. What do you reckon that's going to be? It's going to be quieter, even quieter than piano, isn't it? Piano is quiet, pianissimo is even quieter than that. We've got one other, which we're going to put in the middle. Ooh. I think my pen might have just run out. Mezzo piano, which is somewhere between forte and piano. Kind of not very loud, but not very quiet either. So we've got fortissimo, which is loud, really loud. Forte, loud. Mezzo piano, somewhere in the middle. Piano, which is quiet. And pianissimo, which is really, really quiet. Excellent, well done. So the plan for our starter activities for the next couple of weeks is that you're going to be learning lots of key terminology and key words for music, particularly Italian terms like the ones that you've just learned for dynamics. So for instance, the plan for next lesson is we're going to be looking at Italian terms for tempo. Why are you learning these? We are going to be doing a listening test in a couple of weeks' time. Now, this isn't a test in the strictest sense of the word. It's not a key piece. It's not formally marked. However, it just shows us how well you're learning. It's going to be a GCSE music style question. So you're going to be listening to a piece of music and then writing about it and answering some questions on it using the correct keywords and key terminology, like the Italian terms that you've just learnt. That's the plan for the next couple of weeks for our starter activity. However, we're also going to be working on a project in the main part of our lessons. Let's take a quick look at that now. So, you are going to be working on a personal project for music for the next couple of weeks. There are going to be 3 options that you can do. Option number 1 is that you can keep a listening diary. This is where you keep a diary of what you listen to and write about what you are listening to as well. Option number 2 is personal practice. This works if you're an instrumentalist or a singer. Whatever it is that you're practicing, you're going to keep a diary of that. There's a template for that which is available on Hub. Finally, option number 3, which is for creating new music. This is particularly if you're interested in composing. There's lots and lots of different ways that you can compose, either using browser-based methods online or also using your phone as well. Let's take a closer look at some of these options. So first of all, option number 1, this is the listening diary. If you look in the file section of Hub, you will see there is a listening diary. You can see the front cover on the screen at the moment. In essence, you're listening to stuff and writing about it. However, you're not just writing and saying it's good and I like it. You need to make sure that you describe what's happening in the music using the correct terminology. So, for instance, describing the tempo, the dynamics, the texture, the structure. You get the idea. But let's have a look at a good example which someone has done already. So you can see in this one that they've talked about the elements of music. There's the tempo, as they've described there. They've also had talked about the instrumentation as well. So you can see they talk about the drums. There's other mentions of the instruments there as well. If you're interested in doing this, then you are going to be doing 2 short entries a week in Listening Diary. The template is on Hub. Secondly, option 2. This is the option for personal practice. This is the one which I am going to be doing, which looks like this. So as you can tell, I'm clearly not a trombone player. This is a new instrument which I'm going to be learning during the current period. You don't need to video yourself. However, you can either record yourself using audio or you can keep a diary, the template of which is on Hub. If you want to, there's the opportunity to have your audio recordings featured in our next online concert, which is coming up in the next few weeks or so. You can have a listen to some previous online concerts on our YouTube channel. Finally, option number 3. Option number 3 is open to composers. This is where you are creating a brand new piece of music. So there are lots and lots of different ways to do that. If you have a look on Hub and go under Files, you will see a document called Extension Activities Music. If you open that document, you will see there is a whole page of resources which composers can use. These are designed for people who've never composed before, as well as those with a bit more experience. I found that one of the best is ones we've used in class already, which is called Beepbox. This is a browser-based composition tool which you can use. There are loads of other options of tools that you can use to compose, particularly on your phone, things like GarageBand, MuseScore. You can use whichever one you feel most appropriate. So, you are going to be working on your personal project for music for the next couple of weeks. However, a really good question to ask is, how much time should I be spending on my music project? So a good guess is that you're going to be spending roughly the amount of time that you'd normally spend in your music lessons normally. So this includes the time taken to watch these videos. Secondly, make sure you use your time wisely. Don't get carried away, particularly if you're doing option 2 or option 3, the performing or composing. It's really easy to spend a lot of time composing, particularly if you're sat at the computer. Please make sure you don't get distracted. That's important because we don't need to neglect your other subjects by working on your music project. Again, if you're practicing your instrument, or you're singing, or you're being creative by recording yourself or looping or whatever, obviously that's not a good thing if you're neglecting your other subjects. So please make sure you use your time wisely. Don't stress, that's a really important one. For some of you, you're probably getting really excited about composing or performing or at the moment. If this is new to you, don't panic. We are here to help, so you can either email me or you can email whoever teaches you music. I've put my email address on the screen. It's probably a really good idea to keep in contact as you're working through this project. We're going to be asking to see various stages of it on Hub anyhow, but it's a good idea to keep in contact and let us know how you're getting on. So, the plan for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing some weekly lesson starters where we're going to be learning some new key musical terms. We're also going to be working on a bigger project. You've got 3 different options to choose from, and towards the end of the term we're also going to be doing a short listening exercise, which is going to be in a couple of weeks' time, to show that you've learned your key terms, to demonstrate your knowledge as well. So there are a couple of things which you're now going to need to do, instructions for which are going to appear on the screen. Right then folks, that's all the information which you need for now. If you log on to Hub, you should find all you need there. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Bye for now.